family? It is currently 4:21 in the morning right now. About to go make my to-do list, get ready for the day. I probably won't go on my run this morning just because I'm sick, so I'm not trying to feel worse. Health is wealth, you know what I'm saying? So today I'm going to talk a little bit about why I started a clothing brand and my plan for the future with it. So let's get into it.
Alright, so as I had mentioned maybe in the last video or so, I do have a clothing brand. It is Creature Athletics. It is a athletic clothing brand tailored to the gym. With this new rebrand, which I'll talk a little bit more about later, it is also a hybrid, so it's not just athletic wear, it is also streetwear that, it can be worn in either or, and it'll look good, So, kind of want to talk about why I got into it, what made me kind of go with that. So, to be honest, I've always worked my whole life, and pretty much since 14, I'd say, I had my first job, and since then I've been working, so I've always been a go-getter. I've always kind of made stuff happen when I need to. Never really been a hand in stuff, so I've always had a loving, supporting family, but they taught me to work, and that that's how you'll get what you want and do what you want to do. So I've always been doing that, and I've always been exploring stuff. I'm very intuitive and I'd say self-aware, and that kind of led me to experiment with different types of work. So I've done pretty much everything from sales, healthcare, the standard young jobs, food places, whatever. But I did do a lot of entrepreneurial stuff maybe in the past 2 years before I started my clothing brand. And with that, I kind of realized, I am a very creative person, and I think that traditional jobs where it's very regimented and kind of based around the school system, to be honest, those kinds of things I can't stick with. I can't have a passion for, and for me, I'm all or nothing, so I really have to have passion in something to stick with it and be 100 or nothing. So I said, you know what, I'm a creative person. I can't do something that just purely makes money. It has to also appeal to my interests in order for me to really dive deep into it. So I tried a few things. I did music for a while, which I still love, but I said, you know what, I love being business minded. I love the business aspect of the clothing brand, as well as the fact that I can be as creative as I want and kind of break boundaries, which I've always kind of had a knack for. So that kind of got me into the clothing brand. I had season 1 drop about a year ago now, which obviously coming soon. I'm going to be doing every single month, but the reason why is because when I had dropped, I got in totally over my head, to be honest. I essentially ordered way too much bulk. I thought it'd be a lot easier than than it is. And, I got a bunch of stuff, didn't really know what I was doing as much as I thought I did. I thought that I did plenty of research, thought I'd be fine. But truth is, for the audience I was appealing to, which obviously is like Instagram, TikTok, whatever, no physical storefront, I focused more on the aspect of the fit as well as the functionality, right? And so it's great, you can make that work, but as a brand new brand, to get eyes, especially through social media, you need something that kind of pops, something that looks different, something that, the it factor, if I may. So I feel like I kind of neglected that. I thought it'd be a lot easier than it was. But I always say, to be honest, this is my saying, is it's, if somebody asked you, would you spend every single dollar in your bank account to learn a lesson of equal value? I'm saying yes every single time. And to be honest, for me, that's all it is. It's like, I think it's Thomas Edison, right? He said he failed 500 times or something crazy like that, right? And if he hadn't done that extra time, then it's, so you can either take an L as a failure and just get down on yourself and give up, or you can use it as a lesson. So for me, that's all it is. It's learn, adjust, repeat. So that's what I kind of took the past year doing, is kind of doing my due diligence, doing some more research, really defining what I wanted my brand to be, what Creature is. And so for this next drop, that's why it took so long. It's season 2 is going to be a complete rebrand. And with the rebrand, I'm hoping to do one of a few things. So for one is obviously change the style a lot. I kind of appealed to a general audience last time, nothing too specialized, nothing too unique. But now I'm going to be going with mainly dark themes, a little bit of red in there, something that you can kind of wear with anything, something that you can wear. Most people, when we're at the gym, most people wear darker clothes from what I've seen. It's also my style, so I wanted to use something that I'm familiar with, which same thing with the gym, right? So that for one, it'll be kind of darker tones. It'll be cool to wear for, edgier people or people who just want to wear something neutral. And on the other hand, I want it to be more than just clothing because, you know, clothes are great, and you know, everyone likes to look good, feel good, whatever. But at the same time, you know, I kind of wanted to speak to the people who had been in my position and who are, a lot of people are. And it's kind of the position of, you want something in life, you want to be a better version of yourself, and every single day you wake up with that in mind. You put in the late night hours, you wake up early for this stuff, just like I am, and you don't ever get a pat on the back. You don't ever get somebody saying, you know what, I've seen you doing this, good job. You know, that doesn't happen, you know, and I can be biased and say, especially with men doing this, just because over time, a lot of times, you know, how men are said not to say about their feelings, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But a lot of times, you know, it's for everyone. Nobody gives you the appreciation that you feel you deserve for doing something that only you know you're doing. So whether that's, you know, working late night hours, working double shifts, mixing that with your own brand, learning, educating yourself, whatever it is, for those times that you're by yourself grinding and you look up and there's no one there to say, you know what, keep going, you're doing good. I wanted to make a community for people like that because I've been there a lot of my life. And I thought that, you know, especially people who are at the gym, people who really just want to strive to be the better version of themselves that they know they have in them. And I want that to be more of what Creature is about, is to have a community of people who walk alone but together, right? So that's kind of going to be the theme a little bit, and I wanted to display that for the most part. I'm also adding a Christian element into it because I think that overall, you know, every single day is a blessing. I think that if you're not making use of your God-given body and you are abusing it, eating junk food, doing drugs, alcohol, whatever it is, which, you know, no one's perfect. I'm definitely guilty of a lot of these sometimes, but it's all about being better every single day and never being stagnant, never going down, and just kind of, you know, using every single day as if it's your last, because tomorrow is not guaranteed. So with the rebrand, that's kind of what I'm going to be pushing the narrative of, and I really want to make this a good community of people. You know, I have the utmost respect for anybody who goes through these things, which I know a lot of people do but don't get to speak about. So I'd love to have a community of people who are all in it together. We all know the struggle of trying to be that better person that we see in the mirror that no one else can see.
All right, so that's probably gonna be it for today. I guess I wasn't feeling too good, so I wasn't too interactive, but starting tomorrow, I'm feeling a bit better. I'll do some more stuff integrated with my day and what I'm doing when I'm waking up at 4 a.m. I am getting my sample for season 2 in tomorrow, so I'll be able to go over that, kind of show you guys a sneak peek if you want to see that. But otherwise, anything else I can do to, you know, educate, help you guys out, help you grind with me, let me know. We'll do some visualization, do some reading stuff, whatever, habit forming. But hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and see you next time.